Hey marshmallows, notice anything different? What? Y'all stop playing with me. Today we're gonna be doing ASMR tarot reading. No, I'm being so serious, y'all. We are doing ASMR tarot reading because for some reason this microphone picks up on everything. Like I'm sure y'all could hear doors opening and closing. You could hear everything. I don't know how to turn this off. I think it's just like this. I've tried messing with the settings. Somebody please Anyways, we're doing ASMR tarot reading for Usher. We're doing a celebrity tarot reading, but it's going to be ASMR, and the celebrity that we're doing is Usher. People have requested me to do Usher, and I was like, okay, like I never really thought about doing him before. If y'all don't know, Usher name has recently been brought up in regards to the whole Diddy situation. You know, Diddy is currently in custody, in police custody, because of an ongoing case. Um, Years, a decade of assault and abuse to multiple people, um, in many different forms, emotional, mental, physical, you know the rest. And so, yeah, some of the questions that I'm going to be asking are going to be based around that. And yeah, I also do tarot readings on the side. Quick disclaimer. Look, y'all, I never said I did same day tarot readings. I never said that. Okay. And I'm saying this in the most respectful way possible because I understand, you get a tarot reading, you want it done like within the snap of a finger. But you guys, I also have a life, and it's no disrespect, but I do have a life. And I'm just saying that because I'm not at the point in my career where I can just fully rely on social media as a means of income, right? So I am out here in these streets, and I just want everybody to be a little bit more considerate. I can't just, especially if my energy is low, you know what I mean? I want to put in my best effort into doing y'all's tarot reading. So yeah, I do love, finance, career, evil eye, divine path, general, and ancestral. And then I also do counseling and consultation. A lot of people don't know this, but counseling and consultation is over the phone readings, right? Um, so yeah, look at that. All those other readings that I listed, they are $7 and $8. Link down in the description below. And like I said, if you think I'm lying, if you don't trust me, watch the video and find out. Okay, so let's get into it. I still can't believe I'm doing this, but y'all, the reason why I came up with this idea is because I have no choice but to whisper. So I'm gonna try to like I'm putting this shit right next to my mouth, bro. I might as well be eating the mic. Anywho, let me take the glasses off because we gonna be serious, right? Even though this is ASMR, this is a really serious topic, and I just want to make it clear I'm not making light of this situation. But I just want to try this mic out, so let's get it started, y'all. Hold up, hold up. We finna light up some sage to cleanse the energy. You should always do this, all right? Okay, we gonna light up some sage. Okay, y'all here for the tea. Let me stop. Let me stop. We just gonna cleanse. That didn't do shit. Hold up. All right. Just let me cleanse you, okay? Because I don't know what we're about to get into. Let me cleanse myself too. I don't know what we're about to get into. All right, and without further ado, let's get into it, okay? All right, you guys. So I just pulled on his current energy. If y'all don't know, I like to do that whenever I have never read on a celebrity before, just to help me ease into their energy. And yes, that's incense I have going on right now because, like I said, I don't know what we're about to get into, but I feel like we're about to get into some sugar honey iced tea. We already know that Usher has recently renewed his Illuminati contract. If y'all don't know, Usher has been up in everybody's face. And I'm honestly kind of confused. No shade, because he kind of hasn't been in mainstream media for a while, but all of a sudden he's on tour, he's all up in our face, and y'all are might not believe in this, especially if you're not into conspiracy theories, block this part out, but I do think that he has renewed his Illuminati contract and he is being controlled. But currently Usher is going through a lot, right? This is what the cards are showing. ASMR. He's currently going through a lot of shit, right? So the Tower card, the Tower. The Tower card is here. This talks about an impending canon event. So I don't think it has happened yet, but it's kind of like I'm hearing the weekend. I feel it coming. I feel it coming, babe. I feel it coming. All right, that's literally one of my only favorite songs that I listen to by him. Like I don't like The Weeknd at all, but that song, I'll admit, he ate that up. Anywho, so yeah, the Tower event is impending, and I do think it is in relation to the Diddy case, because there is no denying it. You know, around those times in the early 2000s when he started his BS, you know, when he started acting a fool, you were around him, and although yes you were a minor, you were 16, so you weren't a minor for long, right? And just because you are a victim, that doesn't give you the pass to go on to be an abuser. All right, so the Tower card is here, which makes me think he will also pay for his actions, right? This makes me think of when people have stated that Diddy is taking everybody down with him, which I definitely believe. Diddy is very spiteful. He's a Scorpio, and one thing they love is a karmic situation. They love karma. So I definitely think that Diddy will take it upon himself to involve Usher in this case, right? Even if it's like, yeah, I was doing all of this, but Usher was with me too. He was doing all of this and he didn't do nothing, like type shit. So I definitely think that he is involved in this case. I do think that the police are talking to him and it's throwing him off balance, right? Also with the Two of Pentacles, money could be a little bit of a struggle here. I definitely believe it because I remember a long time ago, Nikki, and you know what's so crazy? Nobody ever really wants to give her her props, but Nikki is always right about some shit. She reminds me of Azealia Banks, but you know, Nikki, what I don't know if it was Nikki, but basically everybody discovered that Usher was in the strip club, and instead of throwing actual money at the strippers, he was throwing Usher bucks. And this was like not too long ago. Like this was like a year or two ago. So I definitely see that money is a struggle. Again, I don't want to call him broke, but let's just say he has less money than, think of a celebrity. He has less money than, I don't know. Like for where he's at in his career, he should have more money, but for some reason, I don't see him having a lot of money. With the Six of Pentacles, I do see somebody giving him money. He's working under a label or management or somebody. Like I said, this makes me think of a puppet. He is a puppet, okay? Because Usher is not this guy that's handing out money right here. He is these two people on the bottom begging for change. So no shade, sister. Maybe he was on the corner as she's standing there singing for money, la da dee. Like I don't know. So yeah, he's literally singing for money. Like he needs it. I don't know why, but I definitely see he's struggling. It could be that he, you know, due to an impending case he had, he, I don't know. Should I go into that? He had a recent court case, like a while ago, about a girl giving her a transmitted disease. Yeah. Anywho, the star card is here. This makes me think about seeing him recently in the public. So he is trying to get his name back on there. He is trying to leave his legacy, right? It's like, okay, think about the beginning of his career. That was him introducing himself, leaving his stick, like, you know what I mean? Making his mark. And now I think he's come back to really tie it full circle. And he just wants to put a dent in his career, like in the sense of he wants to stamp it like certified legend. That is what he wants. He's trying to leave his mark. It's like, okay, yeah, I did all of that, but I need people to remember me, right? It's like, think of like a one hit wonder. Like, yeah, you could have been popping back in the day, but you gotta have a long lasting career in order to be like a certified legend. And I see him wanting to attain that status, which is why he's constantly in our face, hence the star card. But yeah, the 10 of Pentacles here. So even though I said he was broke, I don't know, somehow celebrities always have, you know, but I see him struggling to, how can I say, I guess live comfortably. Like think about, okay, you might have enough money to pay the bills, but you don't have enough money to go shopping. You don't have enough money to buy a new car. You don't have enough money to do extra excursions. That is what this makes me think of. Like, yeah, he has money, but not that much. The Six of Swords, I do see him walking away from a situation or a person. I don't know if he recently broke up with anybody or if he recently stopped working or had a falling out with somebody, but I do, yeah, he's going through some tough times. And I don't know if y'all realize this, but whenever I read on celebrities, like they're always going through a tough time, child. Like, ugh, would hate to be a celebrity. Anywho, I hope this is breaking the illusion of celebrity for y'all. Knight of Cups. Oh, also everything that I say in the video, it is alleged. It is all alleged. Please. I made this up. I pulled this shit out my ass. Okay. All right. So the Six of Cups as well. So we got the Knight of Cups and the Six of Cups, which makes me think of him having a romantic, I don't know why I want to say romantic, or just simply an emotional connection with somebody from his past, right? Could be a lover, could be a friend or a family member, and maybe this is in connection to him walking away. Maybe he has walked away from this person. The Hermit card is here. I do see him in the future if he hasn't already, distancing himself. I'm gonna try to do random ASMR throughout this video, but yeah, I do see him distancing himself from certain people, really just taking some time alone to figure things out. Like I kind of see he's stressed. I see a man holding his head like this. I see him being a little bit stressed. So don't be surprised if we kind of don't see him for a little bit. He will eventually go into hermit mode, either if it's to hide in relation to this case, or I know the incense just did not just drop on my computer, or due to depression. Either way, whether it's due to mental health or legality reasons, I do see him going into hiding. The Queen of Pentacles. Now, here's what I'm gonna say about Usher. I don't see, funnily enough, I mean, I mean, Usher. I don't see a lot of masculine energy within these cards. Like he's getting feminine cards. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I just thought I'd say it. But with the Queen of Pentacles here, this talks about again money, abundance, fertility, manifestation. So I do see him being really focused on not only leaving a legacy, he wants to leave a legacy. It's not just, oh, I want to make money and I want to just pop out here and remember me. It's mainly I want to be a legend, right? Like Kendrick Lamar, I want to be one of the greats, right? That kind of energy. But I also see him wanting to pay some bills, right? And not have to worry about paying bills. So the Queen of Pentacles is here. Go get that money on. Then we have the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords talks about moving wisely, making better decisions, taking on a challenge. So I do see him moving a bit more smarter now that his name has been brought up in relation to the Diddy case. I do see him, we might see him a little bit less on social media, making more tactical decisions because once the police start looking at you, you have to be very careful how you move because they're going to be analyzing every little thing. What fell out, which I didn't notice, is the death card. The death card is also, why am I holding this card like it's the mic? The death card is also here. This makes me think of a transformation. So yeah, his world is being shaken up right now. I don't know if he thought renewing that Illuminati subscription was gonna save him, but no, you gotta. I'm hearing karma. Like you gotta answer for the crimes, okay? You got to pay for your crime. So I definitely think that this around this time he'll be going through a very transformative yeah, I'm hearing like this is going to make him face the trauma from the past, right? Because a lot of the times what we tend to do as a coping mechanism with trauma is we tend to just move forward, act like nothing happened and just move on with our lives. But no, I'm seeing he's going to have to pay for he's going to have to face it. Like what happened to you when you were young? Why did you go on and perpetrate that to other people, right? He's definitely going to be dealing with his shadow side and he's going to have to face that darker side, right? Because all of these things being brought up, all these poor decisions he as well as Diddy has made, and you were comfortable being in this environment, it's going to force him to have a period of self reflection. And I feel like he's going to leave this situation being a better person because now it's like you're consciously aware of the fuckery, right? Hold on, this is burning. Okay. Moving on. Yeah, the Three of Wands. I see him wanting to escape, get away. Also, I'm in his energy and I'm feeling very tired. Exhaustion could be a thing. I think he's overworking himself. I would tell him to sit down, like, Unc, go ahead and take a seat because your knees might give out. Like, that's the type of energy. I see him being a little bit exhausted here. Um, yeah, the King of Wands, the Knight of Wands. Yeah, I see him having this very abrasive energy with his career. Yeah, he's very passionate around this time. The Three of Swords. What's going on? Did he recently have a breakup with a friend or a lover? The World card, wanting that success. So see, this reminds me of what I said. He wants to wrap his career up in a bow tie. It's like, okay, I did the job. He is here to finish the job, right? So I don't see Usher being like doing what he's doing now. Well, that's a lie. But I don't see him like being as what's the word? Like hungry. I think he's gonna say lay back, pop out every now and then in the future, but I don't see him continuing to be like Usher, Usher, like come out with music, Usher, like no. You know, just enjoying the fruits of his labor. The Ten of Wands, yeah, he again, very hard worker. Like you can tell he's an artist. Let me just say that. This reading is showing me so far that Usher is an artist. Let's get to the tea though. Let's get to the tea. Yup, the emperor is here. Could be in relation to him or somebody else. An older, that is an older man with stability. Finances usually are always in check. Helps other people out, is reliant. Yeah. Yup, a lot of wands energy and the page of pentacles. Who? So I'm in his energy and I'm tired as hell. But yeah, money opportunity. That's what the page of pentacles talks about. Now moving on to the next question, which is so the next question is what really went on between Usher and Justin Bieber? All right, so I'm gonna do a bit of shuffling on camera just so y'all could see, that I'm actually doing this. Okay, Spirit, what went on between Usher and Justin Bieber? Spirit, what happened? What happened between Usher and Justin Bieber? What took? Ooh, damn, these cards just you can't really see, but okay, all right. All right, then I'm gonna finish shuffling because I always take a lot of cards just to get a full read on the situation, and then I'll be right back. All right, y'all, so stick around and enjoy the ride because I just pulled a lot of cards. So let's get into it. You already know tarot tells a story. Um, so let's get into it. All right. So first of all, we have the Five of Cups. They don't fuck with each other anymore. Let me make that very clear. They do not mess with each other. Due to some things that happened in the past. I really, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, the energy that I'm feeling is betrayal. Like I trusted you. I trusted you. We were cool. Betrayal. Breaking somebody's trust, right? Knowing that somebody trusts you and then using that to and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, okay? Do you know those stories where it's like, oh, people will kidnap you, right? But first it'll start off as like somebody pretending to be your friend, like, hey, can you come help me with my car? Or hey, I really like your outfit, da 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 da. And then they lure you. So I'm hearing that Usher's job was to lure um Justin Bieber into the environment with Diddy so he can, do all of that. So I am hearing that it's really coming from Justin Bieber, right? Usher doesn't really mess with Justin Bieber because Justin Bieber made that decision to not mess with him, right? So it wasn't like a mutual thing. It's really like I think what hurt the most for Justin, and I don't know why I can always get a read on his energy, like I don't know why, but what hurt the most for Justin was the fact that I trusted you. I trusted you. You were supposed to protect me, keep me safe. You're older. You were an adult. I trusted you, right? And I think that's what really messes with Justin's head. It's like I really thought that you were gonna protect me, right? And whole time you're luring me to the trap, right? It's that sense of betrayal that he cannot get over. Okay? Moving on. So we have the Four of Swords. This makes me think, out of sight, out of mind. This is Usher's energy now. It's like, well, whatever happened is what happened. Like, what's in the past. I do think Usher is guilty. I do think sometimes these thoughts keep him up at night. I do think he thinks about it. It's not like he's not like Diddy, like a cold-hearted, like this is just truly who he is. But I do see him not really wanting to. I see him kind of wanting to avoid this topic of discussion, like not really wanting to think about it. Because it's like, when you're guilty, you don't really want to think about it. You don't really want to talk about it. You don't want to speak about it. Yeah, like I see him kind of being like, well, out of sight, out of mind. Moving on. The Ace of Cups is here. There was an emotional connection with these two. I do see that, they genuinely, like, not even on no weird shit. I think comparing Justin Bieber's relationship to Diddy and Justin Bieber's relationship to Usher, I think between Usher and Justin, the relationship was a bit more pure. It was a bit more like, wow, like, I really messed with you, you know what I mean? Think about it. Usher has been in the game longer than Justin. And at that point, when Justin had just came on the scene, he was a teenager. He was looking at Usher for guidance, right? That was supposed to be his mentor. Okay. Now let me just really get to the nitty gritty. The Devil card came out. This automatically makes me think of abuse. I do think that Usher abused. He he took advantage of the fact that Justin had really trusted him, right? And he misused that trust to lure him into this sick trap. Um, and so yeah, like I said, it's like okay, from Justin's side, it's like okay, Diddy did what he did. Like he's a horrible man, you know what I mean? And that's not to give him grace, but that's to say, you on the other hand, like you're a little bit better than him. Like you're a little bit more sane. And I had trusted you. We had built a connection, all for you to lure me to this trap. So yes, I do think whatever happened, again, if you're not into spirituality, exit the chat for now. But I do think whatever happened had a lot of negative effects. I think due to this entire situation, with Justin Bieber, I do think, and I don't know why I'm pulling so much from his energy. I feel like I don't know, maybe spirit is pushing me to say this, but he has negative attachments on him. Okay, a lot of people don't know this, but when you engage in forceful contact and intimacy, you can get it kind of like puts a damper into your aura, and it'll be easier for negative entities to attach to you, right? So think about it. That's why a lot of people, when they get assaulted at a young age, they go on to be hyper leg jewel, if you get what I'm trying to say. So I do think he has some negative attachments due to that. And he puts a lot of the blame on Usher. Like, you had the opportunity. It's not like you were forced. You had the opportunity to stop. You had the opportunity to give me a warning. And you sat there and you watched me. So, yeah. Oop, I didn't even peep it, y'all. But Five of Swords, betrayal. The Five of Swords is all about betrayal. So, yeah. The moon card is also here. There are some things that we don't know about that definitely went on behind the scenes, things that are not super public, that happened between him and Justin. Okay. But here's what I will say before we ask the question, did he assault him? Here's what I will say is that damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. Okay, so I do think that Justin faced the majority of the assault from Diddy. Like the most traumatizing was from Diddy. I'm not sure if Justin did anything to him. I mean, if Usher did anything to Justin verbatim, but we're gonna find out in a little bit. With the star card, obviously, when this talks about the star card and the six of wands is also here. This talks about recognition, public success. So a huge part of their relationship was collaboration due to collaboration around the idea of, publicity. So yes, they did. Their whole friendship was publicized on purpose. Yes, you know, it was a publicity stunt. And but here's what I'm saying. This is the most messed up part. I feel like on Justin, what he feels like is the most messed up part is that they genuinely did have a good um bond with each other, right? I think that's what's really getting to him. Like we were genuinely cool, right? But a huge part of their relationship involved elevating the success of both of their careers. For Usher, it was gonna help him stay on the scene because Justin was super mainstream at the time. And he was literally like a magnet for fame and attention. He was always in the public. And so for Usher, this would definitely help him keep his name up in the public. And for Justin, um, on Justin's part, this would give him more establishedness. Like I'm hanging around people who've been in the game, right? It makes me more of an established artist, right? So and also this is my mentor, this is guidance. He could help me if I need anything, because I'm new to the scene. So they kind of did have a mutual relationship, and a lot of it was based around helping each other in relation to their careers. Okay. The judgment card is here. This is what makes me think there is a spiritual context. Um, he has to answer for his crimes. He's not exempt. Just because you were a victim again does not mean that you are allowed, or it doesn't give you the pass to go on and perpetrate the perpetrate those same things that has happened to you. So yeah, I do see spirit. Spirit sees what's going on, and spirit's gonna make him face. Like he's trying to distance himself from it. He's not trying to talk about it. He's not trying to think about it. But spirit is going to make it so that he has to answer. He has to have an answer for this. He has to face this situation. You can't just move on, right? You don't get to pick and choose your struggles, unfortunately. Okay. So, yeah, and I think the universe's way of making him, face the situation and face the bad that he has done, is through the case with Diddy. So, yeah, the Four of Pentacles is here. This talks about saving money. So, yeah, I do think that in a way, in a very energy vampirish way, I do think that, when he was hanging around Justin, he was, kind of smooching off his smooching off his fame, riding off of his coattails, because again, I don't know what it is. I don't know if Usher always struggled with money, but I do see him at the time wanting to maintain his finances. Yeah, the King of Pentacles. So in a way, this was, yup, and the Ace of Pentacles. Again, their relationship was strictly, mainly, it was mainly, and I want to say this, not all, but mainly centered around publicity and helping each other in their careers. And that was a huge factor for him. Yeah, the nine of cups, I do see Usher being like, cool in this relationship. Like he was happy with the circumstances. I help you, you help me. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like Usher was already on the scene, but definitely when he collabed with Justin, like it really helped put his name out there again, even more. But yeah, the King of Swords, the eight of wands, and the death card. So I do think that there was something strange. I think that, you know, Usher made a poor, I don't even want to say a poor decision, because like he did something fucked up. But let's ask another question. Okay, so how does Usher feel in relation to the Diddy case? Okay, so how does Usher feel in relation to the Diddy case? He feels pretty happy, which kind of shocks me, but it reassures what I said in the beginning, that I don't necessarily think he was born this way. It's some people where they're innately born with certain traits, and then it's other people where they have to be in a certain environment, exposed to a certain thing in order for them to, you know what I mean? And so I don't think he's like a Diddy in the sense that this is just who he is. I think due to him being around Diddy, now I'm seeing from his perspective. I think due to him experiencing whatever abuse he and assault he also experienced from Diddy, I think that is what caused him to, um, yeah, do the things that he did, right? Also, again, Diddy's a powerful man. He came up under Diddy. Diddy was his mentor. And so, in a way, that's like an authoritative figure in his life. And, who wants to go against authoritative figures, right? So, with the Three of Cups, I see him in the Sun card. He is happy that this is being exposed. It's like finally, right? And this makes me think of somebody who has been silent for, it's kind of sad. I think he has kind of been scared. He's definitely thought of coming out and exposing Diddy, but I think he's been kind of scared. So in a way, it's like he is vicariously, indirectly living through these victims, because it's like he's in the silent. Like it's like when you see people, you know what I mean, testifying in court, and then you have that person on the sidelines watching, like, yeah, I agree. Like he's a silent supporter, right? I see him being like, yes, like finally, which is crazy. I thought I was gonna see him in these cards. I thought I was gonna see the emotion of like, oh shit, like I'm next. But um this makes me think that, he was he was a victim too, right? And we can't negate that, right? So yeah, he is happy that he's being exposed. He is celebrating. It's like finally, like for all that he has done to me, which I definitely think Diddy definitely did what he always does, and I think he did it with Usher. I wouldn't be surprised. And yeah, I see him being really happy. But there's a couple cards that fell, um the lovers card and the four of wands. Now I was going to say, because the lovers card came out first, I was going to say that lovers doesn't always necessarily mean um lovers doesn't always necessarily mean romantic, but what followed after is the four of wands. And so if you are asking, yes, I definitely think that Diddy and Usher engaged in intimacy. um but I would definitely say that it wasn't a mutual thing. You know what I mean? It's power imbalance, definitely, age, definitely. And so, yes, I do think that Usher is another victim of Diddy's, okay? But yeah, the Ace of Cups and the King of Cups, he is emotional and I kind of feel bad. You know what I mean? It's kind of like he wants to cry tears of joy, but he also wants to cry because it's like he waited all these years holding his tongue, not speaking about it, trying to move on. Like I get this reoccurring theme with Usher wanting to move on from a situation, not really talk about it, not really think about it, but then it, you know what I mean, it pops back up, like trying to escape reality in a way. Okay, with this Eight of Wands, with this Eight of Swords, this makes me think again, a little bit stuck, confusion, stagnant energy. So he feels his emotions are varying in terms of this situation. Um yeah, but I do see him before this situation, he felt very what's the word? Stuck, like just unsure, because due to public judgment, I see him not really wanting to come out and share his story. So I don't know if he will ever come out and testify against Diddy. Um, but I do see that he is silently supporting everybody else, okay? With the Justice card, what more needs to be said? Excuse me. He feels like justice is served. He feels like justice is served. Like, yes, finally the law is getting involved. All the havoc that this man has wreaked on me. I definitely think Diddy traumatized Usher as well, and he still has not really gotten over that. He has not healed, right? Because in order to heal, you have to open up the band-aid. You have to, you know what I mean, and take a good look at it. And he hasn't really opened up that band-aid, but I think the situation is indirectly helping him, get all the clearance that he needed to move on. Yeah, the Ace of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, he's happy. Money is in the air. Like, yes, finally. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah, the Nine of Cups, he is satisfied. This is like, I'm kicking back and I'm vibing. I'm chilling. I'm good. Like, he's chilling. He's chilling. He's like, yes, yes. Hit him again, hit him for me. Like, yes. He's like, yes, about time. It's about time. And the judgment card is a reoccurring theme in this reading. And I just want to say judgment represents atonement, right? That is the day where, basically say you pass away and, it's time for, and I'm using Christian ideology. It's time for God to decide whether you go to hell or heaven. That is kind of like judgment day, right? What have you done? And are you a good person, taking into account all of the things that you have previously done so far. And so yeah, I do see this is Usher kind of being like, well, yeah, it's about time. Like, you have to pay for your crimes. You know what I mean? It's about time that you face the consequences of your actions. So I mean, kudos to him, I guess. But I also want to add that the Queen of Cups is also here. The Queen of Cups is here. So he is emotional in regards to the situation. Again, I just see him wanting to cry tears of joy, like finally, right? Even though he's older and this might have happened a long time ago, it still has effects on him. So, sending him love and light, I guess. Okay, so I asked the question, is it true that he's a clone or a puppet? And obviously, one thing about tarot, they're not always going to spirit. They are not always going to answer questions that you asked. But they answered something else, though, which is again, how does he feel regarding the situation? So the Tower card is out. Yes, this is a canon event. It's a major event that will be taking place. Like I see it's coming, and I see him feeling this energy and feeling a little bit anxious around this energy, right? Like waiting for the inevitable. Um, the Six of Cups is here as well, which talks about a relationship with somebody from his past, whether romantic or platonic. I'm hearing both. The Three of Cups, celebration, camaraderie. You know, celebrating a win. The Seven of Wands, he may be defending himself from, especially, he may feel defensive, especially regarding not only social media, but the police, right? The police may be like, well, look, you was around this man for how long? You know, you didn't tell me, you can't tell me that you didn't know what was going on or you weren't an accomplice, right? This is him feeling the need to defend himself and be like, whoa, 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 like, wait a minute, right? The Moon card and the Sun card is here, which is things that once took place in the dark are now being exposed. A light is being shed on certain things that, you know, needs to be talked about. So, yeah. Um, Next question. I'm trying to end this a little bit early. But to answer the question intuitively, um I do think that Usher is a clone and a puppet. You can be both. But I specifically 100% would say he's a puppet. Like if you looked at his eyes on the red carpet, they looked black. Like they looked like black beads. But anyways, next question. So, next question is it true that Chili caught him with a man? Now, I didn't even know they dated. Did she come out and say this? Like, what's going on? But let's answer the question. So, the Lovers card is here and the Five of Pentacles is here. This may talk about him and Chili's relationship or the relationship he could have had with somebody else. I'm not necessarily sure, but with the Five of Cups, I would definitely say this is him and another man because as you can see, there is no feminine or masculine energy. They kind of both look pretty masculine to me, so I would say yes. The Three of Swords, him and Chili could have had a sour ending to their relationship. I see them possibly ending on bad terms or just not getting on, not seeing each other's perspective, not getting on the right track. The Sun talks about exposure, talks about celebrity, and so her exposing this with the Sun card coming out upright, I do think that she was telling the truth and she caught him in the bed with the man. The Emperor is here, makes me think masculine energy, man. The feminine card is also here, so the Emperor and the Empress is here. Could talk about him and her. The Six of Cups, somebody that he knew from his past. Him and Chili could have been friends for a while before they started dating, or they could have been dating for a while again. I'm not sure. I don't know. The Knight of Cups talks about he was definitely emotionally invested in her and the ending of their relationship could have really fucked him up. The Eight of Swords, feeling stuck. So this is a card that keeps coming out for Usher. I don't know why. Again, I think he feels, I don't want to say stuck, but he feels as though he can't do what he really wants to do, like trapped, right? There's this common feeling, and I think this has to do with his what do we want to say? His trauma, him feeling trapped, like he can't do what he wants to do, like he doesn't have control over himself, right? But yeah, the Moon card came out as well. So, and the Knight of Wands, yes, I do think that she caught him in bed with a man. If she did come out and say that, she's telling the truth. Period. Okay, to close this final reading out, you guys, is Usher interested in men? Yes. The Page of Wands came out, the Knight of Wands came out, the Knight of Swords came out, the King of Swords. And if y'all don't know, swords and wands, they're meant to represent boing. Okay, they're meant to represent bananas, they're meant to represent hot dogs. Hot dog, hot dog. Like, yes, that's what they represent in tarot. And so I would definitely say yes, especially with the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands. He is attracted. Now, I do think part of his attraction with the Moon card is linked to, again, trauma. Um, but yeah, with the Moon card here as well, this is a secret. This is something that he does not like to share with other people. I think it is really due to obviously public perception of men who are, swinging the same way that, of the gender, their same gender. So I do think he is, concerned about public perception. But yeah, the Moon card is here. So yes, if anybody came out and was like, look, I seen Usher do this, that, and the third. Yes. Okay. Yes, so he is interested in men. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I hope it was somewhat satisfying, y'all. I promise y'all the quality is gonna get better. Um, I even recorded during the day for you guys because like, because I wanted the quality to be there. So let me know, do y'all like the ASMR tarot readings or should I just do them regular? Like what's going on? What's going Anywho, yeah, like the video, comment with your thoughts on this, any other celebrities y'all want me to do, and yeah, overall, Usher is a decent person. I do think that there is some things, like I said, I don't think he's naturally a terrible person, but I do think his circumstances cause him to do certain things. But I don't think he does it anymore. But yeah, he's guilty and he's trying to run away. Anywho, he's trying to run away from, the truth because the truth can be ugly. Anywho, I hope y'all enjoyed this video and I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.